What is up, guys? Rice Vlogs back with another video. Thanks for clicking on the link and checking things out. Today we are back yet again with this Corolla hatchback. I really hope you guys are loving it so far. But I got a little nice tasteful cosmetic mods to throw on today. So we are going to address this front section of the car. And I'm just going to get straight into it and show you guys what we're working with today. So let's get it. Brand new side splitters, side skirts, whatever you want to call them, and also a front lip slash front splitter. So these are more of just the front section. They don't go like completely under the car or anything that are super, protective like some of those splitters and things like that. But it is a splitter style, like front lip and side skirts. So this will help me with any of the scraping I've been doing on driveways or anything like that. And it's also just going to help with aesthetics. It's going to look better. We're going to kind of close off some of those open cutoff ground sections. So like the way that the bumper is designed, there's those two cutouts that are there, and it just kind of makes the car look a lot higher than it actually is because of that. As well as on the side skirts that are currently there have some big cutouts that make the line not just a straight line like what you would expect or what you would want from a car. So seeing that, it always kind of makes it look a little higher than it should. Throwing these on should definitely help flatten out that and make the car look a lot lower. Oh, and real quick, guys, I will point out that the side skirts were about $200 or $300, and the front splitter or lip was like $300, I believe. So I think altogether it was $500. You had $300 and $200. So it is a little more pricier, but it is nice because it is a direct setup. And no need to fab or cut anything here, and it's all that nice thin sheet aluminum. Because I'll tell you what, guys, like I said, I picked up that plastic one and it broke right away, and that plastic one that I had was about $150. So this is definitely would have been worth just getting right away, because now I wasted that money on that first one. So you guys can learn from my mistakes. If you have a lowered car, you don't want to risk breaking a plastic one, just go and get a nice, aluminum metal one right away, because it will last you. I can promise you guys that. Same thing with the side skirts. If you are even low enough to be, kind of bottoming out, these will scrape before you actually bang up any of your plastics on the car. Real quick, guys, here is the front bumper I was talking about. These cutouts here give you that illusion that the car is actually higher up than it is, because then this kind of seems higher up. So adding this is going to just kind of fan that out, close that gap off. Same thing with these side skirts. These side skirts have some weird shapes to them. They bow out and then they kind of kick back in and whatnot. So you'd think that this would kind of give you the perception of being lowered, but it actually kind of has like an angle to it that fans it up. So it actually makes the car look higher yet again. So, and some of the factory dealers, well, all of them, you can get this one section blacked out on these. But then I think it makes the car look even higher, because then you're giving it an arch to the body lines. And it makes the car look like it's got even more of an arch to it. So I don't know, take it as you will. We're going to get these side skirts on soon. First, we're going to do this front lip to address that. And yeah, I'll just set you guys up here so you can watch me bolt it in. And I'll show you real quick underneath the car where it bolts in. I already took these screws out just so it makes it a little faster. But there is about 10 of these screws that are underneath the bumper here. I'll show you guys here. Alright, so right here is one of those holes. You have the plastic that goes underneath the car that helps with, like, not letting any dirt and debris go up underneath into the engine bay. And then you have the bumper here. So all the holes actually will line up with the pre-made holes on the splitter lip, and it will just sit right underneath here. So that's definitely a plus. There's no drilling, no tapping, anything like that needs to be done. They just use these factory holes and it'll sit right where it needs to. So you guys know where the holes are. Like I said, when you actually come underneath here, there will be all these screws under here. You'll just pop them out, and pop the splitter right up in there. So alright, so just like that, super quick, super fast, super easy. This install right here is probably one of the easiest things you could ever do to this car. Now, like I said, if you get the correct products, they will bolt right in where you need them to. One thing though that I do need to point out is this still has that weird shape to it at the front here. So one thing that I thought about doing to kind of correct that, because currently this splitter lip kind of bows up and back down in order to suck tight to the bumper, because as you can see, this section of the bumper is lower than that section of the bumper. Alright, so real quick guys, I just undid these front 4 bolts on this guy just to kind of show you that currently with how it is, it kind of pulls that section up. So if you were to get like a eBay section here that kind of closes off this gap, I've seen them on there, it would just bolt to these front 4 bolts as well. So you'd slide it right in here and bolt the splitter as well as that plastic piece right through here, and that would kind of help close off the gap and make this sit a lot flatter and make the car look even lower. So I am going to look into doing that in the next couple videos here, so stay tuned for that if you want to see a different option. The other reason, now that I got this bolted back up, that I would like to maybe get a piece to close that off is you can actually see the ground through here. You can see my hand obviously, so you can see through here without that section to close it off. Alrighty, so I just held the side skirt up here actually just to kind of mock it up, and this piece at the back here is going to be a major issue because it creates a huge gap here and it just doesn't look flush or correct. But I already kind of looked, and we have one bolt there as you guys can see, and we have one kind of tucked back there at an angle, and this little plastic piece will be removed entirely. So I'm gonna have to do that to each side. So I'll do that quickly and I'll kind of mock this back up. Then at that point, this might be the only issue after that, because as you can see, this sits lower than the actual side skirt. But if the side skirt butts up to that, kind of doesn't go back that far, it might be all right too. So we'll kind of play with it, see how it goes. But yeah, so far so good. Just one part needs to be removed so far, so I'm gonna do that quick. Just like that. Just a couple screws and this guy fell right out. Won't be needing that now. Now we have a lot more of a flush surface. I am going to run this screw back in just to kind of plug that hole, I guess. And I might even run the one in the bottom back in, but we'll see. There we go. And I'll leave that bottom one out because it's not going to help it sit flush if I have a bolt in the way.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, no, this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit. A stupid myth, you choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin.
It was actually super simple, super easy. I was expecting something way different. So I'm happy with how easy and how like legit this actually seems. Like it's pretty solid on there. I'm not too worried about it. People are gonna kick it by accident. The other thing I noticed too, like this door, from up here, like standing up high, it kind of looks like it's gonna hit, but it actually clears just fine. That's great. These doors, for anyone that does own a Corolla Hatch like this, and if you don't, I'm gonna tell you now, these doors do not open very far, so people will probably get tripped up on that do get in the back, but it's all right. People don't get back there too often. But my only thought here is this might seem like it's out a little bit too far in my opinion. It might be kind of hard to tell on camera here, but right now it's about maybe an inch past the original OEM side skirt, which is kind of what I was wanting to have, but then unfortunately they give these little kickouts like this and then the fin like that, so it really kicks it out far from the body. So right now from the actual body to this, you can see that's like good 3-4 inches. And the way that this front splitter is, you're only looking at about an inch or so between the bumper and that little fin. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna leave this for now because I already got it screwed up. But on this side, I'm gonna actually try to make the fin match the front a little bit, or at least what I'm thinking I'll do is I'll run it so that actual corner piece that kicks out. So they have this piece like this where it's trimmed at an angle. I'll start the body line of the car here maybe. So it's only going to be a thin strip that's going to go along. Then obviously it's going to kick out like it does. So we'll see how that looks. I think what it's going to do is it's going to kind of be more shown here. It's going to become like just about flush with the edge of this because it bows out. And then it's going to show more back here, of course, because it kicks out. So I'm just gonna try it. I might get a couple FaceTime calls from some of the boys, get some opinions, see what they think about which side is better, and then I'll match the other side to make it all even. So gonna do this side quick, see how things look, and we'll get right back to you guys. I'll set you up here so you can watch me screw this one up as well. Like I said though, as far out as I had the last one, and I'm assuming this one will be similar, this whole section here is where you're actually screwing into, and it's super flat there. You can just run every screw with no issues, so I'm super happy with that part of it. So yeah, we'll see. Alright guys, so real quick, as you can see I only got one screw in it so far, but I have it tight to the edge here. If I hold this up here and walk it along the edge, this side skirt is a little long, like super long. That's a good 2 inches right there overhanging. So here I thought, you know, going and buying the little bit more expensive product, you're gonna have less issues like this, but apparently not. I'm not trying to put this company on blast, but this sucks because now I have to do 2 things. I either cut this myself now and try to make it work, which usually you do that with eBay things, not things from a nice company like this, or I have to get a hold of them, go through all that kind of stuff. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to cut it myself. I'm going to hold it up next to the one next to on the other side of the car here. See what's longer. Maybe it's this back fin part that I have to cut. Maybe it's the front part. Either way it sucks because if it's this part, I have to cut that way. So I have 2 cuts to do. And it has to be precise obviously. And then I'm going to have to throw some paint on it. Or cut the front, but then if I do the front, then I have to give it that angle as well and kind of round it off. So either way, this sucks because now I am fabbing a already prefabbed for this car part. Alright, so I currently have the left side, driver's side, laying here, and this passenger side one is obviously screwed on, which had no issues. So I butted up back of the fin here. Looks like they both are identical. I can even hold it up to verify that. The fins are the same, so I don't need to cut the fin portion. It is actually this front portion that is then sticking out farther than it needs to. As you can see roughly, that's how far out it is. So I'm going to have to trim this guy. I'm going to have to give it that angle and round it just like how this one is and how it currently is. And then add a hole because the hole is most likely going to get cut off. So a quick job that seemed like pretty painless, you know, one of those times where it's worth spending the money because a lot less headaches. Well, apparently not. I'm just kind of going on a rant here because this is kind of frustrating. When I did get these products in the mail and I received them, I said, you know, I spend a lot of money on basically just metal. And I do work at a fab shop basically that I could have probably, you know, done some favors, asked for some favors kind of thing, and had myself make up something like this. But instead I just went out, spent the money, saved my time and effort and everything else, and any issues with that. And I still have issues, so that's just great. I'm sure you guys have come along something like this. You don't always get, you know, perfect scenarios in cars, but just one of those things. I will be writing to this company though. I will be sending them proof of how they messed up this product, and hopefully they'll understand and give me some sort of a, you know, recognition for all this. And I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys updated as to what Aeroflow does do about this. But for right now, this is pretty frustrating. I'm sure you guys can understand where I'm coming from with this. It's just annoying. Alright, so right here is my initial mark. So I did obviously start it at the back of the car and I held it up tight, got it all the way to the front. Like I said, I'm going to lose this hole and I'm going to lose this entire angle. Luckily though, when I cut this off, I can just set it up there and mark this exact angle and make that. So it will be exactly the same and everything. So I got my square here. I'm just going to kind of line it up and make this mark. I'm just using one of those screws actually just to scratch it basically. That'll show up the best now obviously, rather than any kind of pencil line or something. And I knew this is where I need it, so I'm not going to need to erase it. So I'll pull it out here slightly, and I have this portaband that I'm going to use to cut this. So just like that, cutting my brand new side skirts that I shouldn't have had to do. Alright, now I can just kind of line this up roughly, get my scratch on here. Alright, now I'll cut that. And then I'll have to kind of file these edges, clean them up, make them smooth. And I'll have to throw a little bit of paint on this just so it's not exposed. It is aluminum, so it's not like it would rust, but it might corrode or get some sort of oxidization yet, so we don't want that. That's the other thing. They had a nice, decent coat of paint on here, which now I have to just put some spray paint on there. Another thing to, you know, not have as best as quality as it could have been. Alright, so it's about as equal as I can make it for now. Like I said, now I'll file it a little bit. Hopefully I have a file here. If not, I might just have to, I'll figure it out. But anyway, cut that off. I'll also have to add my hole now that wasn't there anymore, which I might just run a screw there to mark it. Might as well. Obviously it doesn't need to be exactly here, but there, I have a hole now. Where it would have originally been as well. So it kind of worked out that it wasn't only like this long, because then I would have had to cut this off, you know, try to add the angle there. So it is best case scenario in a still somewhat crappy scenario. So now I will file this all up and give it a quick spritz of paint, and we'll get this thrown on the car like we should have had originally. Alright, so I don't actually have a file here at home right now. All my files are at work. So I'm just going to use a sander here just to kind of hit up these edges quick. Just kind of smooth them out. It's nothing crazy. I know this isn't really for this, but it'll do the trick. Alright, that did exactly what I needed to. Just kind of smoothed it out. Made it look normal. Not like it's been cut, which it has been. But anyway, we're going to add some black paint to this now. And I'll get it thrown on the car. And we'll just give it a couple spritzes here. And that's good. I mean, just to get that edge. Throw some black on there. Maybe spritz it back here quick. And we're good. No more bare aluminum. So, alright, I did not plan on doing this, like I said, guys, but we're back on track and we can get this thing thrown on the car.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.
To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door.
Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. Thank you yet again for checking it out. And as you guys can see, I now have those side skirts and that front lip on, and everything is all good. I did message Aeroflow Dynamics and I said, you know, the product was a little long on one side, and I didn't even mention the fact that I fabbed it or anything just to make it work, but they did offer to send me a replacement side skirt free of charge, so they did end up doing that. I now have a spare side skirt. And one thing is I did talk to a friend of mine who has the same side skirts and front lip on his, let me think what car he has now, I'm drawing a blank. He has a, 10th gen Honda Civic. So he has the very similar front lip and side skirts. They don't have the little fins on them. But anyway, he told me that he actually had issues with this company as well with their front lip. The holes just didn't really line up exactly where they needed to. Luckily, I didn't have that problem, but as you've seen, the side skirt was a little long. So I'm not trying to, you know, say anything bad about this company. They are more than willing to, you know, replace any parts that they mess up. I just wish that they would kind of catch these things ahead of time before shipping them out to, you know, customers and having them go through all that trouble. So hopefully they get, you know, kind of more noticeable with this and actually realize that they need to fix it, and things get better from here on out. So don't be afraid to try it yet. They will, you know, reimburse you or get you the product that you need. You may just have to wait a little longer, or do what I did if you can't wait and you're impatient like me, then you can fab it or something like that. So anyways guys, thank you yet again. It's been a minute since I uploaded. We had Christmas and stuff like that, so I want to thank anybody that's coming back for more videos, and there's still a ton of things that I have planned, and I have some very exciting news coming up. I'm not going to mention it here, but I may have talked to some companies, and I may have pulled some strings and everything else, and I may have a sponsorship coming up, so that's very exciting. But I'm not going to say what the product is or anything like that yet, so you guys are going to have to stay tuned and definitely check out for the next videos, because before you know it, this car is going to be looking way better than it is right now, and we just have a lot planned. There's also some more performance mods coming, tunes, things like that, so just stay tuned. We're getting there, guys. Just bear with me. I'm trying to upload every week, so I'm shooting for that Wednesday. So thank you guys yet again, and have yourselves a good night. Peace.